So what do you have here, Daniel?
Well, this is without a doubt the most beautiful trout I ever caught. Caught a lot of fish in New Zealand and in Denmark, of course, and Norway and Sweden, but this is by far the broadest, the widest, and you know, just Iceland, you know.
Hello there.
Hello.
Today I'm gonna tie a small Stickelback. This is a fly I've been using. I used a lot in Iceland, and some of my friends have used a lot in Iceland. But it's a nice sea trout fly as well, and it's a very good trout fly in general. Anywhere where there are small bait fish, approximately the size of Stickelbacks, and this really produced a lot of fish for me in Iceland. Also got me my all-time, well, one of the best fish I ever landed. This huge Arctic char, and almost around 4 kilos. That was simply just out of this world. So basically, what I've done is I added some tying thread to my hook here. This is an Arex, one of the new Arex hooks, a brand of hooks that I really enjoy using. They're strong, they're durable, and they hook very well. So it's a new brand, but a very serious one at that. And I expect a lot of my flies in my own box and in my videos to be tied on Arex from now on. Simply good, decent, very nice designed hooks that really works. So first off, I take a small bundle of marabou. I have trimmed this a bit with my fingers in order to make it not too long. This is just going to be a short tail, but in order to simply just have the effect I wish, like something like that. This is a size 4 hook, and basically that's a good size for these, because at least where I fished in Iceland, you wanted something that was a bit bigger than, well, what you ordinarily use, because these trouts, they meant business, and they were feeding, they were eating. Not everything that they were presented with, but size was not that important to them, and that's in general my experience with larger trout, or with trout in general. That if they've not seen, let's say, too many flies, they are opportunists, and they will strike large, even very large prey also, because they simply they need to feed. They need to eat and be strong and big as fast as they can. Next up, I take some mylar tubing. This is black tone, which is a blend of some black strands inside pearl, which is a very good combination for many things. I really like that. And I make two loose turns before I tie this down in order to get the base just right for this. So I'm really gonna clamp down on this here. And as you can see, I'm leaving these stumps to stick out. So I'm having the marabou mixed with some of the stumps from this mylar tubing, and that's a pretty nice effect. Like that. Good. And what I want to do here is to make sure that this stays exactly where I placed it. So I'm gonna add a bit of the brush on Stickelback, something that also is a very nice product that really works. Good. Next off is I'm gonna take some rabbit sunker, and this is simply just a barred piece of sunker strip. But since when you open the package, these are not tapered, the strips here are not tapered, I'm gonna do that myself, because I think that very often can be quite crucial. The effect of that is very nice. Just have to adjust everything a bit. So what I'm gonna do is, this is a bit longer than I probably need, but what I will do is I will cut with my scissors. I will cut so that it tapers out into a tip. And I'll do that by turning it over and then simply taking my scissor, and that's gonna be hard to show you, but something like cutting on there. I can show you the result after I'm done. First I cut one side. And then I do it on the other side as well.
Det er også en udmærket fisk på 3 kilo eller et eller andet. Helt fuldstændig vanvittigt. Selvfølgelig er den.
I think you get the gist here. So as you can see, now it tapers. It's not just a straight cut off material. Good. And then I will look at how long do I want this, and I want this to be roughly something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissor or my dubbing needle or whatever, and then I'm gonna hold some of the hairs back and some of the hairs down in front, and then I'm gonna take my scissor like so, and I'm gonna make sure that I have only the hairs in a special place. So I have all the hairs from in front, and I'm gonna take a bit of saliva to make it stay there. Also on the other side. So you can see now I have the exact point where I want this to be tied down. And I need that because the skin here is often too thick on these pre-cut packages. So I take and if it's too thick, it's going to give me a very broad and very clumsy tying down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissor. I'm going to cut some of this off. And I'm gonna. It's very difficult to show you, but what I do is I actually take my scissor and then I cut some of this too thick skin on the underside here away to leave a thinner piece of skin for me to tie on.
These soft toy guys, they know how to do stuff.
Like so. I think you can see that actually. See? A lot thinner now. And that's what I was aiming for. So great. I'm gonna put this right here. And tie it down. Like so. If the hairs is in the way, simply just apply some saliva with your fingers, like I did there. And that will make it easier for you to maneuver. Like so. I'm gonna make a good finish. And if you want, you can add some varnish or some super glue here. Even apply some to the tying thread. Just gonna turn it over and apply a bit of super glue. Just a small amount will suffice. Like so. Cut off the thread. Like that. And I'm gonna hold everything back here. Gonna figure out where I need this to end. Putting all I can here in the mylar. Like so. And I'm gonna give this a bit of super glue, otherwise this will have a hard time staying where it's placed. Like so. Super glue is my best friend. For a lot of stuff at least. Really clamp down. And there you basically have a lot of it. Just gonna cut off the mylar tubing here. it's okay if you have, let's say, a couple of millimeters up to the head, because there's going to be a lot of things going on in a second here. You're going to have to add a head and stuff like that. So it's okay if you're not completely up at the eye. If you have, let's say, a millimeter or two of free maneuvering space to tie this, that actually works very well. Like so.
Gå for langt ind af i stedet, der er flere lag.
Jeg kan stående her.
Good. Oh, good. There is a lid on the super glue. So, and then I take this and simply fold this forward. And again, I'm noticing exactly where I'm gonna tie this down. It's gonna be around there. And then I hold it up and I cut off all of the skin that is too much, because I want this to be easier for me to tie down without this being way too bulky. The trick here is not to cut all the way through the skin. If you do that, then well, basically you're screwed. So it takes a bit of practice, but once you have it, it's fairly easy to do time and time again. And you can cut way more off than what you would probably think. Like so. And then I leave all this here while I tie it down, because that will give my wing a great looking tapering effect. Like so. So don't be afraid to use some saliva on these sungers until they're done, because that really helps out a lot. Like that. Gonna cut off all this here. I don't need that anymore. Like so. And a nice pair of scissors really is important here. Like that. Everything is awesome. It really looks well. Good. Then I'm gonna take a hackle, a golden olive one. And you can use, you can of course get a whole cape, but otherwise I simply use some of these packages from Metz here today. They're pretty nice, pretty inexpensive, and works quite well. Like so. Gonna turn the hackle here a couple of times. Maybe one final time, something like that. There. And the nice thing about this is you don't need to worry too much about if your head is completely perfect and stuff like that, because it's all going to be covered in a second with a fish skull. So something like that is good. Make my whip finish here. Cutting that off, like so. And then I'm gonna find me a fish mask. And of course these comes in all kinds of different colors, gold and stuff like that. I like this. This is the smallest size they have. This is the small one, and it has a keel. So you need to be certain about what size is up and what size is down. And the keel is the thicker part of this. And you simply just push that on there, like so. and you add some weight to the fly, so now it will look great. It will have this bouncy movement in the water. It finishes the fly off beautifully, and also it ensures that your fly, your head and stuff like that is not going anywhere. Of course, just to be certain, I'm gonna take a bit more super glue to make sure the head stays on there, like so. And then of course you need to add some eyes to this. So basically, there it is. And I'm gonna take some. You can take some super glue or some UV glue. I'm gonna take some UV glue. There is eyes in the package with these heads, but I like a fluoro yellow eyes in 3mm instead of the rather dull ones that are in the package. Simply take a fluoro yellow one, add it there, add a bit more super glue, very small amount. And then apply the light. And there you have it. Deadly little sunker. Or, well, not that little, but a deadly sunker for trout anywhere. And it really has a nice jigging effect with the head and stuff. So, well, thanks for tuning in. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching this, and well, good luck out on the waters.
So what do you have here, Daniel? Well, this is without a doubt the most beautiful trout I ever caught. Caught a lot of fish in New Zealand and in Denmark, of course, and Norway and Sweden, but this is by far the broadest, the widest, and just Iceland, Oh my God.